Thank you very much. Macharia, I assure you we will not fight you, but we are partners and we will support the work you're doing. The Honorable Chief Justice, Lady Justice Martha Koome, and your Deputy, Excellency Musalia Mudavadi, the Prime Cabinet Secretary, ladies and gentlemen. As usual, I'm really pleased to see Chief Justice Emeritus Maraga and Mutunga. And as I said last time, you keep giving us the best example of how you must support your successor. An example that is missing in many parts, in other arms of government. And keep leading by that example. As we got in, the Chief Justice Emeritus Mutunga asked me if I have bought boats for El Nino mitigation. And I told him I have not. But I'm glad that our efforts are paying off. Nairobi is not flooding. We have our Green Army that is working every day to clear our drainage, and I'm sure you've seen areas that would normally have been flooded flowing very, very, very well. And we thank God for the rains, but we must remember in different parts of the country, there are people who are stranded, who are cut off, and who are really, suffering, and let's remember them in our prayers. Registrar Adam Madi, congratulations. You have done an amazing. You have really lifted the judiciary, your professionalism, your grit, your diligence. And so I wish you all the best. But before you go, I heard you mention that you're now getting 21.2 billion. I'm coming to have a small bill of rates that I need to discuss with you. Of only 204 million owed by the judiciary to Nairobi County. So we shall have that discussion. Sorry, don't go with it. It's not good. It's not good to go with pending files. And truly, our collaboration can yield so much. I was just whispering to Waziri Murkomen. There's something we're working on together, the intelligent traffic management system. Traffic management is devolved, but we are supported by the national government to set up that system. And I'll give you an example. The test we've done, just one junction with the petty offenses, 3,000 per offense, if you're overlapping, if you jump the light, will raise 1.5 billion shillings. If we agree on a framework together, the issues of funding Macharia should not be a problem, because we have estimated close to almost 10 billion that we can raise annually, and we agree the judiciary gets this, Nairobi County gets this, and the executive gets this. There's enough for all of us if we're creative and if we collaborate. I really want to start by thanking you for all the work you're doing for Kenya's Honorable Chief Justice, and more so in driving judiciary reforms. Our Constitution provides that sovereign power belongs to the people of Kenya, and this power is to be exercised only in accordance with the Constitution. Article 159 provides that judicial authority is derived from the people and shall be exercised by the judiciary through courts and the tribunals. This therefore means that judicial authority must be people-centered. Hence, your blueprint and theme for people-centered justice. Our judiciary has been very progressive, as I've mentioned in the past. It remains the only platform for citizens who seek to have their rights, liberty, or property safeguarded. You have been very deliberate and inclusive through the various court users committees that are bringing together members of the public, judicial officers, and various actors of the justice sector to deliberate on issues that affect the delivery of justice. The Nairobi County government is a member of various of these committees, where our county attorney, and I'm sure she is here somewhere, represents us very well. In the year 2015, I was a young legislator. I was a member of parliament. But I also thought I was a bit powerful because I was the chair of the ruling party then. And so one day on a flight from New Zealand, a gentleman had sat next to me called Brian Johnson. We couldn't avoid the small talk because we shared a surname and we were stuck together for many hours. And he explained to me that he had a friend who had done some business in Russia and got into trouble, has come and set up in Kenya and is having some challenges. And is doing some small business. And so I said, no, why not? Let him come, see me in my office, because I know people. I thought I know people. Now, when this gentleman comes, the small business he's doing, I don't know if I should mention it, but I'll describe it. It's one of the biggest, it's a city outside Nairobi, just outside Nairobi. You know, it's a mixed-use development. And he had been having some challenges, 5,000 acres, huge investment. So this gentleman comes to my office at the KICC on the 26th floor, and we chat. And he just talks about how Kenya is amazing, how we're the next frontier, how we should, strengthen our systems. And then he stands up to leave. And I ask him, Brian Johnson told me of some issues. He sat me back down and told me, listen, Sakaja, the amount of money we have invested in Kenya, the reason why I'm not in any other part of Africa yet, and the reason why I'm confident of that investment is because there is a rule of law in Kenya. Yes, I have a problem. Yes, I have a challenge, but you have a strong judiciary. My matter is in court. If I had to know someone to do business in Kenya, I would not do business. That speaks to what you are doing. Your work is providing confidence to investors, confidence to business people that there is predictability, there is the rule of law that supersedes the rule of man, and that people can be confident of what they put in. Thank you. That is driving a lot of investments to our country. You have increased access to justice through your online platforms. And of course, he won his case and his business is running very well. I thought I'd have helped him and maybe gotten some favor there, but I didn't, unfortunately. But thank you for those who helped him within the judiciary. Well done. And he's continuing to attract more investment just because of doing the right thing. When we go to other parts of the world and say, this is the only country where a presidential election has been reversed in Africa, many people don't believe it. But in as much as it was done, not for the show, but because of the issues that were brought, it really strengthens the standing of Kenya. Kenya is seen as a great beacon and a great frontier for investment globally because of the work you do. As I was saying, you've increased access to justice through your online platform, made it easier for those who seek justice to petition court and have their matters heard without having to travel far and wide. The creation of the Small Claims Court, which we are proud of as Nairobi County, has given litigants an opportunity to access timely justice and ease congestion at the commercial courts. Nairobi County, as you know, is working with you. We've donated land to the judiciary to support the construction of small claim courts in Mihango, Kasarani, Huruma, and Dagoretti. And the county will be formally reaching out to the judiciary to set aside a courtroom in the 4 areas where offenders charged for breach of various county laws can be arraigned at the courts nearest to them as required by the law. However, I have a little issue, and I think you know. For years, petty offenders in Nairobi have been served right here at the city court. Access to justice means convenience, means quick dispensing of small matters. Some even I can't describe. Someone has done that. Now, when we take these people to Milimani, and then it takes another 2 days. And then I think in as much as, yes, the authority belongs to the judiciary, partnering with us to devolve. Devolution is based on the principle of subsidiarity. A service is best offered at the lowest level, compatible with that benefit of the service. Very many Nairobians are being, inconvenienced. Now having to go all the way to Milimani, they're used to us serving them here, quickly dispensing with that matter under the authority of the judiciary. I urge you to return the small claim, the city court under the direction of the judiciary. But let us sort that out. Because without that, the city slides into anarchy. These small offenses, and let me even remove these spectacles now. These small offenses that need to be dispensed with, when the people realize that we're not able to, we will not be able to uphold rule of law in this city. And we shall slide into anarchy in the capital. I beg you that you can reconsider that. Secondly, and this one, of course, we're dealing with. I was wondering, Chief Justice Emeritus, both of you, when someone has an issue with the judiciary, where do you go? Where do you take the dispute? Because we have a little matter about this parking here. Now, I can't go to court. And we started discussing it. I think we should really find an amicable solution. I know Justice Ouko, my good friend, he has a lot of opinions around that. We can work together. Historically, we have all the records that I have from City Hall from the years. There's been a partnership between the judiciary and Nairobi. Let me say, I have long admired the Chief Justice's leadership. You take your constitutional and historical role seriously. You understand not just the formal constitutional role that this institution that you lead must play, but also its historic one, the protector and interpreter of the new constitution on which our national hope rests. It's a dual duty that you must be aware of, not just the formal legal requirements of the role, but also the call for visible, substantive justice. It must be seen to be delivered, not just delivered. In my view, you and your branch of government have discharged both duties with distinction. Congratulations, Honorable Chief Justice. We're here today, even with the transition at the Registrar's Office, to celebrate a new advance in the journey to the fulfillment of that dual mandate, the launch of your new Access to Justice plan. So I'm very grateful that the judiciary, after reflection and consultation, is bringing justice to the people. You've set out a clear plan to speed up your processes, to make them accessible, and to offer alternative forms of dispute resolution more widely. Congratulations. For myself and my administration, you can be sure that I will back you all the way. You can count on 100% support, especially once those rates are paid. I have warmly appreciated the help that you've given us as Nairobi County. You really sorted us out. I know, it's gone to a slow start, but you really sorted us out with the setting up of our valuation court, the first one in the country. Nairobi County is now the only county government, actually the only local government in East Africa that has an updated valuation roll of 2019, thanks to your assistance, Madam Chief Justice. And the valuation roll, the valuation court is working. The national rating bill is in Parliament, but we are now able to charge rates of 2019. All others are still stuck in 1980. So thank you, and we shall reciprocate that by serving you diligently as we streamline our processes. May justice be our shield and defender, and may the judiciary continue to grow in wisdom. God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Excellency Governor. Just as you let us in on a secret, I will let you in on one as well. Every time I hear that young people cannot lead, I point them in the Honorable Governor's direction. That indeed our super senator, super governor,